Hello, my name is Joshua Idell, student ID 038307008, and I am here to present to you my presentation, Brew School. Now, a problem I see is people don't really know much about the beer they drink. They only really drink beers that they already know or commonly know about. Like you'll see many people drinking Stellas, Coronas, Bud Light, and they mostly drink what their friends drink or what they've had around with their families. Now, I think people should learn more about different types of beer, more not just like the domestic kind, but more along the lines of a smoked beer, a different type of flavored beer, why seasonal beers are the way they are. And they can also be able to learn about how beer is made at breweries because the amount of time and effort that goes into making beer is very important and very great. You can also be able to find out what types of food you can have with that beer. Some salads actually go great with beer, and sometimes fish. But most people associate beer with burgers, chicken, and steak. And if they want to learn more about these different types of beers, they can actually buy it as well, and they can go figure out where they can buy it. Now, my idea to solving this is to create an interactive infographic. Now, this interactive infographic will be a single scrolling web page designed for mobile. The reason why mobile is if people, let's say, go and try a new type of beer at a bar, they can find out this information by looking it up on their cell phones. Now, when they look this information up, they'll be able to see facts about the beer, such as how it's made, what was so important about it, what is something that was funny about the beer, as well as maybe some interesting facts, such as how with spruce beer, Benjamin Franklin had his own secret recipe, they say. They would also be able to see what types of food go with that beer, so if they're at a restaurant or at the bar and they get the beer, they could then order a food that goes with it. Now, my target audience are primary beer connoisseurs or enthusiasts. My primary are millennials aged 25 to 34. They're educated and they're very tech savvy, and they're willing to try new beers compared to the secondary audience, older males, which are 36 to 45, and they're not willing to try new beers because they're very dead set on what they like and they don't want to go out of their comfort range. And I'm hoping with this project they'll be more willing to leave that comfort range and try something new. Now, since this is a single scrolling site, the navigation is very simple and limited. The path is already set for the users, but they can go back, let's say, from food pairing to facts about the beer if there was something they read that I thought was interesting, or let's say they're on the smoked beer path and they don't really like what they're reading about the facts about the beer, so they then go back to the main page and then can look up cherry beer, and if they like what they see, they may get that. Now, my design process here is the mood board. It has a lot of various beer graphics because this is a beer project and there's so many different types of beer graphics. I really want to figure out what would be the one people really like, and it seems simple graphics are the way to go, which is very popular these days. Also, because of the different types of bars, which is something I was looking at with beers, I want to have that bar type feel as well, making the project feel like they're at a bar when they're scrolling through the information. Now, using this information, I thought with a beer, I thought beer starts with B, and beer mugs have a handle that kind of looks like a C. So I decided to switch the B, onto that part. Now, the first version was just a basic design. The second one was a bit more detailed, and with the name in it. Then the third was creating more of an actual like beer logo look with a circle around it and a little ribbon. And then for the final version, it's a more rustic beer bar feel to it, especially with that barley next to the beers, and more of a not distorted font. Now, for my UI for the main page, the first version has lots of bright blue, as you see, because that's a great complementary to orange, which is what I was going to be using a lot to represent the beer. Now, as great as it looked, it really didn't scream out beer bar. So for the next version, I added wooden panel textures and then changed a couple pages to make it look more like a bar with the beer being poured down as you see. But there was still that one extra step I could go. So in my current final one, I added textures to give that more grainy vintage look and added text as well. A big change from the last one was the map interface is different, having a map and a list version instead of having just a list of pages. Then you can go to a profile and then click on that. Now, the three beer interfaces is basically what each of the three different beers would be. You first start off with learning about that beer, and then it'll interact more either by selecting the temperature, picking which of the ones they want, or how much they think should go into that type of beer. And then, as you see on the bottom left-hand corner, those 3 pages are designed will be for the other all 3 of them, since that one will basically be the common factor between them all. Now, for my use case, I'm saying the person wants to know with that spruce beer they're having what they could have with it. So they go to the main page, they'll select spruce beer. They'll scroll to the facts. They'll open up the facts about the bubble, seeing maybe there's something they could not just eat with it, but want to learn about as well. They'll then read the facts and scroll to how the beer is made, just because spruce beer, what makes that so special. So they'll read the facts, and that's when they'll start interacting with the beer brewing process. Now they'll do that, and which will scroll to the food pairing page. They'll then select the type of beer glass that will go with that, because in the project, beer will be flowing into a selected glass that they can pick, since there are various types of beer glasses as you've seen. This is the link to my proof of concept. And I want to thank you, and hopefully hearing about all this beer makes you thirsty. Have a good night.